Alrighty, guys, we're back for Mishra's Pirates, and this is a Murders at Karlov Manor standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, this was a suggestion over in the Discord, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. Rockin' Mishra, claimed by Gix. It's a 4-mana, 3/5 legendary creature, but we still got all 4 of them because I really want to see this combo today. So whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of attacking creatures. It's actually a really good ability, huh? So whenever Mishra and a creature named Phyrexian Dragon Engine are attacking and you both own and control them, you exile them, then meld them into Mishra Lost to Phyrexia. It enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. So check out this boss monster, dude. So Lost to Phyrexia is a 9/9 legendary artifact creature. Whenever Mishra Lost to Phyrexia enters the battlefield or attacks, you choose 3 of these. So target opponent discards 2 cards, or Mishra deals 3 damage to any target, or destroy target artifact or planeswalker, or creatures you control gain menace and trample until end of turn, or creatures you control get -1/-1 until end of turn, or create 2 tapped Power Stone tokens. Oh my goodness, you get to choose 3 of those, guys. That's pretty wild. Definitely worth just trying to get the meld off, right? And I'm trying to think if we've actually pulled off the meld in a video before. I'm not 100% certain, but hey, today's the day, huh? So Phyrexian Dragon Engine is a 3-mana 2/2, rocking that double strike, and when it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, you draw 3 cards. Now it has that Unearth for 3 and double red. When it does have Unearth, when you do bring that back, it does have the haste, so that's nice. But one thing is, Mishra doesn't have the haste. So in here, we do have ways to give it haste, and hopefully we have ways to just kind of pop off all on one turn then, if we have a whole bunch of mana, for example. So Bitter Reunion helps us filter, helps us find our combo, and then eventually helps us give our combos haste. That's going to be important. We have a whole bunch of ways to ramp in here. Let's go over the pirates real quick. Enterprising Scallywag. If you descended this turn, at the end of your turn, you get that treasure token. Very nice. We also got Greedy Freebooter. Even though there's no real ways to sacrifice it in here, the opponents know how to kill creatures. And more often than not, you're probably keeping Greedy Freebooter back as like a chump blocker or something because, you know, we're always in danger in standard. So, and then you get that ramp, which is going to be beautiful. We also have Breeches, Eager Pillager to work with the other pirates quite nicely, and then also just ramp more, right? Create those treasure tokens. The first strike on Breeches also goes a long way. So more ramp, but not pirates. Goldhound, a couple of them made the cut, and the fact that it's an artifact creature is going to pair nicely with the Dowsing Device. Now, the Dowsing Device is also going to pair nicely with Phyrexian Dragon Engine, of course, but we also have Krenko's Buzzcrusher here. So these are like just one-ofs, but it's still like a pretty cool. We got a lot of little synergies just packed in total. They do have some removal with Bitter Triumph, hopefully helping us descend for the Scallywag and stuff like that. Also just really solid removal, huh? But then some emergency board wipes packed in too, like Brotherhood's End, and if we don't end up using these, maybe we filter them out to cards like Bitter Reunion. And on the top end of the build, of course, a couple Burn Down the House is going to make the cut, but I wanted to bring this up. In the actual suggested deck list, it was originally Deadly Cover-Up, which I'm sure there was a good reason for that. But I wanted to lean the deck a little bit more red, and also the Burn Down the House Devils should pair really nicely with Mishra if we don't get the other combos going off, you know? So yeah, original deck list had the Deadly Cover-Up, so that's something to noteworthy. Also, big score here on the top end, just more ways to filter, more ways to ramp. All that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, guys, not going to go over the mana base because we're going to go ahead and save the more in-depth deck discussion for the end of the video. Maybe we'll change up the deck list a little bit too before I actually post it over on Aether Hub. Either way, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first game. Let's go, guys. Hopefully I didn't take too much time going over it at the beginning. This deck was really hard to talk briefly about, although I find that it's been difficult to talk briefly about a lot of them. But there was a lot packed in. Like, I obviously wanted to read like the Mishra Lost to Phyrexia. Well, we have our 2 combo pieces in hand. Emergency Brotherhood's End. I like this. Dude, we're going to keep this. This is good. I'm ready, opponent. Bring it on, buddy. All right. Turn 1, Goldhound. It's totally fine if we don't have a turn 2. Of course, an untapped land would be good. I don't know if we want to ramp right into the Dragon Engine, though. It definitely dies to a lot of different burn spells, so... Since I don't plan on ramping, I'm going to attack. We're just going to get Haunted Ridge down without any worries. Just based on what's in our hand. Okay, they pass it back. That's got to be like a Resolute Reinforcements, right? Just based on what we usually see. Be Jeskai control. So if we go like Mishra's, or if we go one of the Mishras. Now that's still pretty good, isn't it? We won't have... Okay, never mind. I changed my mind again. Let's swing with Goldhound and see what they do. Because a double block with a Resolute Reinforcements is unlikely, I would say. And we're going to go, yep, Dragon Engine. I was thinking, like, hey, turn 3 Mishra, not too bad. But since we don't know what we're up against, and if they just drop a Get Lost... So, like, Lightning Helix wouldn't have hit the Mishra claimed by Gix, but what we have now is the Unearth on Phyrexian Dragon Engine. So if we can get Mishra claimed by Gix to survive a turn... Oh, Resplendent Angel. Dude, nice. Oh my. Okay. Well, we have all the mana we need. I'll tell you what, if we meld this in the first match, I'm going to be so satisfied, dude. All right, let's see that removal for the Mishra. It does have 5 butt, and when we go up against these... Oh, guys, it's going to survive. Oh, buddy. I don't know if we win off the meld. But we're going to destroy Artifact. We're going to do 3 to the Resplendent Angel. Dude, this is going to be so sick. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, here we go. Bring this back. Decline. I don't mind the hand. I don't want to redraw. Okay, what do we choose? So 3 damage, right? Destroy Artifact. And... Power Stone tokens? Discard 2. Discard 2. So target opponent. Any target. And target artifact. Dude, what a wild turn, huh? Pulling it off game 1. I love it. Brutal stuff. I can't imagine what the opponent could have to deal with this. They need generic spot removal for this Mishra. Giada. What's their last card? Oh no, opponent. GG, buddy. GG. No generic spot removal from the opponent there. It meant we were going to get another swing. And we were going to get to choose 3 more things there. So we did have lethal at that point then. So they did still have 2 mana open. So this still could have been like Fateful Absence, Get Lost, Destroy Evil, right? That hits big chunky creatures too. Holy cow, man. Well, I'm happy right now. The rest of the matches can go however the heck they want, huh? I mean that's not true. We definitely want to pull off Mishra's combo again, but still. The fact that we actually got to do it game 1 really says something. Yeah, when the suggestion went up over on the Discord, somewhere, I'm pretty sure, somewhere in that suggestion said it's actually pretty easy to pull off the meld in this style of deck list when you pair it with like all the extra treasures and everything too. I can totally see that. See, this time around we don't have the combo in hand, but I also don't know if this is... We're going to keep this. I don't think this is a mulligan. We're going to get that turn 1 Goldhound. There's a chance that we see like an untapped black source for turn 2 for Freebooter, but yeah, because I don't want to use Goldhound to get the Freebooter down. That would be a little silly. Probably going to be Theater, get the Surveil. See what we see. Novice Inspector. Okay. I don't mind more mana. Let's see if we can see something off the top here. Yeah, we don't need the mountain right now. I'll swing. I think every point of damage is gonna matter. For both of us, right? Since this is Boros go wide, most likely. Warden of the Inner Sky. Probably just tapping their things down for the turn. This Brotherhood's End is gonna come in handy, huh? Although it might struggle to hit the Warden. They're gonna go Goblins. They still have a red source. Gonna go Goblins. Probably gonna buff that Warden. Get it right above that Brotherhood's End. Luckily we have Bitter Triumph too. That'll take care of the bigger creatures. More mana even after the Surveil. Good thing it's an Abandoned Mire though. At least we'll have utility. Okay, so Freebooter, we're gonna get as greedy as possible with this Brotherhood's End. Since we're playing creatures, I would assume their first assumption would be that we don't have too many board wipes. Bitter Triumph's open. We probably discard the Mountain. I don't want to take 3 against Boros go wide. Yep, we swing. They're taking Battlefield Forge damage too, so all that could really matter. Yeah, I don't think we die this turn. It would be like the threat of dying next turn. And regardless, we're going to block with this Freebooter too. Maybe they take the turn to set up. They might just try... Well, it's not Recruiter. I think they are going to take the turn to set up here. Going to attempt swinging in the air with Warden of the Inner Sky. Yeah, so we'll take that out. Resolute Reinforcement showing its power if that's the last card they have. Because what ends up happening is if we wipe the board with Brotherhood's End, they restock a little bit with a flash Resolute Reinforcements. Gonna be Gleeful Demolition though. Dude, this Brotherhood's End is gonna hit hard, huh? Oh man. Debating taking 3 just to make sure we have mana to play. They're going all in on the Warden. So we don't even have the chump. Okay, well. We should probably discard. We probably shouldn't take 3. Right? I hope that's the correct decision. Because maybe we'll be complaining about finding the 5th mana now. You know what I mean? Okay. They dropped the oops. I suppose. Well, we play the mana. We have Abandoned Mire open. We could swing. We could still try to get really, really greedy with this Brotherhood's End. But it hits so hard. Alright, well, we should probably drop it right now. It hits 8 creatures, guys. 8 creatures, and we get a scry. Yeah, I shouldn't get greedy with it. And a treasure, too. Bitter Reunion. I'm going to keep that to filter. We'll filter out the Abandoned Mire and draw 2. If we send that, there could just be more mana on top. Oh, Resolute Reinforcements. Okay, Bitter Reunion. All the bitter cards. Here we see Dowsing Device. Another Brotherhood's End. Wow. Thanks, game. Thank you. The game wanted us to do our best, huh? Now we just need to see the rest of our combo pieces, but any of our... Oh, Thalia. Nice. We don't see Thalia too often. That might be the opponent's addition, which I like. That might mean they're not running too many War Leaders calls. Yeah, War Leader call. Wait. What's the name of that card? Yeah, War Leader's Call. I'm going to keep the Swamp in hand in case we see more Bitter Reunions, because we obviously don't want to discard the Brotherhood's End. We're going to wait. We're going to wait because Boros Go Wide knows how to restock. Now they might play around a board wipe, but taking 4 damage this turn isn't too bad. We could see more mana off the top too, which means we're going to need that emergency. Oh, nice. Flipping the case. Well, not flipping it. That's what I always want to say. They are solving the case. We're going to have to drop this Brotherhood's End, I would assume. Ooh. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. We could give that haste, swing for 6. Could push really good here. But we probably should wait. Ah, man, this is a tough decision. Same concept with the swamp. I'm going to keep that back. We're going to keep the Dragon Engine as a surprise. We're just going to wipe this board and hopefully... Yeah, I'm trying to play this one out as safe as possible because I think we have a real chance. Where usually I think I'd just be like going for that damage. Bunny corn, let's go. That's a 3-2. That blocks the... No, it doesn't. We have the first strike. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. I was thinking that this could be like another Resolute Reinforcements, which would totally get the Bunny Corn to trade-worthy levels with the Dragon Engine. Restless Vents is probably going to be pretty good. Dragon Engine comes down, and we are showcasing the deck beautifully here, man. All right. See if they block. I doubt it, because they're running really low on stuff. Okay. Down to 7. That's pretty sick, man. We're also 1 away from flipping the Dowsing Device. 1 artifact away. Mana? Yeah, the double Brotherhood's End was really brutal, man, because we only have 2 of them in the deck, and it's like the game knew that we needed them. Ace luckily does not hit the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. They play it just to boost the Bunny Corn. GG opponent. Yeah, we had the... Let's see. Take a look at the battlefield when it's ready. We had the Restless Vents. When we swung, we were definitely going to trade out this swamp. And that's one of the main reasons I was keeping the swamp, because we had so much discard or things to filter through our hand with that it just didn't feel necessary to play. So we were playing out that next turn. The Bunny Corn was going to officially trade with the Dragon Engine, but the Menace on the Vents was getting through, and we were going to filter the swamp to hopefully find something, even if we saw a junk off the top. So cool stuff, man. Getting there against Boros feels great, but it like I said, it kind of feels bad that we saw both of the Brotherhood's ends there. Well, so far so good. Let's keep the ball rolling, huh? Maybe we'll accidentally rank up in Platinum today with this. How many wins away was it? I wasn't paying attention. I think we're 1 win away from the first rank in Platinum. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Ooh, well, I like it, actually. And some of my mid-range builds in the past, or a lot of them, I should say, I always squeezed like a couple Bitter Reunions in it. And there's always something about the hands when you're starting with the Bitter Reunion where you're like, well, it's not that bad, because like early filtering always happens to be pretty good. Hello, opponent. Hello, buddy. We don't get too many hellos. Counterspell on the Reunion. Luckily, this isn't an additional cost, so we don't have to pay that before it lands. Oh, nice. All right, let's get rid of one of the mountains. Enterprising Scallywag. All right. Infectious Inquiry. Dude, we're seeing a lot more poison recently, huh? Now's our chance to get something down, but if we only play 1 creature, we know that these poison builds have the Vraska's Fall, which is really good against decks that can only play 1 creature a turn. So Goldhound was a perfect draw here, as now we'll be able to get 2 down, and if it's Vraska's Fall, we just ditch the Goldhound. Pretty good. Mana available. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot more of these poison builds. Oh. Pack Paddock, what's up, dude? Okay, combo pieces assembled. Now, how do we want to get there? Because we could play Mishra for the turn. Full swing. The block there is pretty good for them. Gain a little bit. Well, we keep Abandoned Mire back for now, because we don't need a double black source on the board. We have the Bitter Reunion set up to give haste when it comes time. So maybe we actually set up with Phyrexian Dragon Engine instead. Just swing with the Goldhound. We could go Abandoned Mire, get the treasure off the Scallywag if we want to ramp that way. There's actually a lot of decisions right now. I think rebound on that's going to be rough, bro. Okay. I think what I want to end up doing, I say greed. Let's go greed for the turn, huh? And then what we'll end up doing is the Bitter Reunion. So we're going to gain 1. So we get the swing. They're going to be taking 3. We're going to get the Enterprising Scallywag treasure. So we're getting the treasure back from the Goldhound because of the Descend. Okay. Okay, and now if it's like Vraska's Fall, we'll just sacrifice the Scallywag. And then, well, we don't have the Phyrexian Dragon Engine in the grave, so we can't unearth it yet. Is that worthwhile? Oh, Serum Snare. That gains rebound to 2 poison. Oh, Vraska's Fall. Okay. So one of our pieces gone. Greed, it did not help us mend this game. And both of those get rebound. That's scary, dude. Oh, man. Okay, how do we want to do this then? Because they're just going to be able to do both of everything that they just did, they're going to be able to do again. Oh, man. Sometimes greed works, sometimes it doesn't, and that did not work at all. The opponent had the perfect answer for both of those. Without finding removal for the Pack Paddock. All right, we're going to just get... So 2 things down. They bounce the Scallywag. Well, they might bounce the Dragon Engine, honestly. Is it still worthwhile playing 2 things? It kind of felt like we shouldn't, because we know exactly what's going to rebound this turn. Excuse me, guys. Oh, my goodness. The Vraska's Fall, they decide to start with this, so we're going to sacrifice the Dragon Engine. Excuse me, guys. Just losing my voice mid-video once again. A Serum Snare. The Scallywag. So, like, the sacrifice on the Dragon Engine means that we'll be able to unearth this when it comes time. Now we just need to figure out how Mishra can survive. If we see another Mishra, of course. So first of all, Bitter Triumph. That is something we wanted to see. Do we take the 3 or discard? Likely discard, I would say. Do we try it now? I mean, if it's a counter, it is what it is, I suppose, right? So we'll discard the Cliffs. Since that's going to come in tapped anyways, and we don't necessarily need the extra mana. Okay, flips into the land. Wait a minute. I don't know what this land does right now. Oh, it's the time one. Okay, okay. No time counters are on it. Okay. So anyways then, we'll get the Scallywag down to continue the ramp with the treasure. And I'm still going to keep Abandoned Mire in hand and not play it. I don't think we need it right now. I can't believe I let that Mishra die. We have a lot of mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the Abandoned Mire if we want to play it out. So they're going to tap that at the end for sure. Oh, Crucible. Okay. Like Abandoned Mire. Grab the Mishra back. It's our only black source outside of the treasures. This is probably worthwhile, right? Because we can play Crucible. We'll still have 4 open. I don't know if we want to play the Mishra. It's probably going to be a Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Okay, Breeches is pretty good, but I want to go for that combo piece, huh? And I want to make sure I save at least one of the treasures for as much as possible here. And we don't want to risk the Mishra for the turn. They also know we have the Mishra. Experimental Augury. Going up to 6 poison. I feel like I could have played this one out much, much better, huh? And like the deck has given us a ton of options to try to deal with this. 7 poison, guys. We could easily die next turn. This is actually pretty wild. The pack paddock with these poisons. I wonder if there's any new cards, because we went up against I think it was Demir, that had, it might have been Sultai actually. Restless Fall, yep. So if we would have played the Mishra's, if we would have played Mishra claimed by Gix, it would have died again to the fall. Need to figure out, oh, I can't believe I got rid of that bitter reunion earlier, guys. We wouldn't have had enough mana to do everything on this turn anyways, but we don't need that. All right, Mishra. We set up and maybe we can meld next turn. No, the last card in their hand was a counterspell. Well, I guess that means that we're... Oh, they do have a lot of mana, don't they? Virtual Persistence is brutal. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. So it's probably best to bring this back from the grave and activate its ability to restock our hand. I'm pretty sure we're dead, though. Oh, more mana. Hey, there's a bitter reunion. Okay. So I will go... So if we go you, we'll have 2 open after. So we'll ditch the Vents. Even though Vents could be good against this, if we don't do something really, really soon, we're gonna perish. Oh, maybe I should have played... Okay, I was gonna say, maybe we should have played around to make disappear, but... Because this could easily be more counterspells. Oh, no! Oh, speaking of counterspells... Cavern of Souls. I'll save that for when it comes time to actually... Yeah, I'll save that for the next creature we see that we actually want to land. Swinging for 4 here, but yeah, the big problem is they're going to be ripping all the power out of our grave. Interesting match. Like I said, I think I could have played it out much, much better here. Now that Bitter Reunion's on the board and we have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9... technically, Mishra off the top, we could meld. They grab our Mishra, yep. And Temple is going to be ready to flip back into Pack Paddock in no time. Draw 2 for 1 mana. Sword of Curiosity, draw 2 for 1 mana. I think we're dead here. I totally do, unless the opponent's getting unlucky with what they're seeing. We're alive. Let's go. Mana. Excuse you. Okay, so what we don't want to get countered is likely going to be our Mishra if we see it, right? So what we'll do, I guess we'll call... Is there any other humans in the deck? I can't remember. I guess we'll call human, right? Since we're going to be bringing the Unearth back on the Phyrexian anyways. I can't remember if there's more humans. I think there is. So there's that. Then we bring back Phyrexian Dragon Engine. We filter out our hand, find Mishra number 2. 3? 2? 2. We find Mishra number 2. Play it and then give it haste. Oh no! Hey, wait! No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Could filter out again. We totally could. Then we won't have a chance next turn if we actually do end up surviving here. If we just go Devils, maximize... Yeah. We'll go Devils. Maximum amount of damage is totally fine. Oh, this might be a counter. Vraska's Fall. Oh, no. So we're still swinging, because it'll still be 3 through. Pack Paddock likely comes down next turn, but it comes back untapped. Right? Because they have to tap it, and it transforms that way. You're poking everything to the opponent's face with only 1 poison remaining. I still think it's going to be the opponents, but I guess technically they could get really unlucky. So we're sticking this one out, guys. They want to bring our Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Oh, crap. So how do we get around that then? Let's see. Let's see. What could we see that gives us a potential? So with this board, I guess saving the burn down the house. Oh, they found the poison anyways. Well, GG opponent. That was an interesting game. That was very interesting. Like I was saying earlier, some of the new cards that could be in here, there's that one case that makes all of your instants and sorceries cost one less. And I forget what you get when you solve that case. I think it's like you draw a card every time you play an instant or sorcery or something. So that could be really cool for a Dimir style deck. That's just wanting to spam out a whole bunch of proliferates and everything. So I do wonder if that was in the opponent's list. And I do wonder if that's one of the reasons we're seeing a lot more poison too. So far, so great, man. The deck seems to be doing the thing, even if I'm not doing the thing. The deck really feels nice right now. Beautiful. Give this a shot and start with that Haunted Ridge without any worries. Who needs a turn 1, huh? Not when we got that turn 2 Bitter Reunion. I'll probably just send the Phyrexian Dragon Engine, even though we could just attempt a basic setup. It always depends what you're up against, though. Mishra is one of those cards where it totally belongs outside of the Mishra Lost to Phyrexia builds too, you know? So like it just feels like it belongs somewhere else. Like that top ability happens to be amazing. So I don't mind. So plains. Okay. So we'll ditch the Phyrexian Dragon Engine instead of trying to set up with a more slow-paced board. More mana is not bad. The Lesnia, okay. Hopefully Brotherhood's End does the thing for us when it comes time. But not yet, huh? Greedy Freebooter isn't much of a chump blocker against Kami of Transience, and Kami of Transience easily gets to 4. No, there's no way I should drop this Brotherhood's End right now, right? We're just gonna awkwardly sit back as how I played this out. The mana isn't lining up since I ditched the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Naturalist, and like I said, easily gets to 4. Circle, they exile the Freebooter and get the Kami of Transience to 4, so now Brotherhood's End no longer hits Kami of Transience. A tough decision, man. Like, we could have played Brotherhood's End for 1 creature. We really could have. Would it have been good? Maybe. We would have been taking 4 less damage this turn, first of all, right? They wouldn't have had the Circle of Confinement play, though. Let's see what's on top. Enterprising Scallywag. Okay. If we play Mishra claimed by Gix, since we have 2 of them, we let one of them get picked up by removal, and you have to just like assume it's removal no matter what. Selesnya Enchantments is packed full of these enchantment removals, right? The ones that exile. So maybe it's just like big score set up for the ramp. Big score, get rid of one of the Mishras, maybe the Scallywag. This is getting dangerous, guys. I say big score, but after going Greed in the last one, I'm a little nervous about it. Bearded Companion. Yep. So Kami of Transience is going to get above the burn down the house range, too. So we're going to need something very fancy here. Okay. We go for the swing. Drop the big score before anything else, and I think it's Enterprising Scallywag, because we probably want to keep the double Mishra if our main goal is melding. So Enterprising Scallywag, and we still want to keep Brotherhood's End because it could still pop a lot of other things. Now they're a Dragon Engine and a Freebooter. Okay, no removal for the Kami of Transience. I think it would have been worth using those treasures on the Bitter Triumph had we found it. My turn. That's weird. 3 open mana and it's my turn. Whoa, burn down the house off the top. I mean, with 3 open mana, it's got to be like protection. Maybe they're intentionally playing around a board wipe, but like we can't complain too much about that, right? Kami of Transience will get sent back to their hand, but then we'll have another chance with Brotherhood's End. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We have to try it. I can't imagine not doing this turn. It's a really good draw. And we have the option to get rid of our treasure for a freebooter, but then that just gives them another target. Well, actually, if they use all their enchantment removal on easy cards like freebooter, maybe Mishra will actually survive out there. Mishra claimed by Gix happens to be a pretty good blocker too. Yeah, opponent's thinking. Yeah, maybe we do play this freebooter. Try to get more of their removal out of hand. It is going to be Touch the Spirit Realm. I mean, that still works for us, right? Because the at least the counters are gone. Yeah, we like the ramp. We do. We like the ramp. But the freebooter, that's tough. I feel like I have a lot of tough decisions. I'm gonna say no. Okay, yeah. We'll keep the treasure ramp for now. Kami of Transience comes back, so that'll be able to swing still. Generous Visitor. Hopefully they go wide with the counters, so that way the Brotherhood's End still hits here. Oh, nope. All into the Kami of Transience. Once again getting it above the Brotherhood's End, which I'm almost certain. Oh, they want the big swing. Okay, that makes sense. Down to 3 here, and we are in danger. And even if we had Freebooter, yeah, the trample on the Transience is totally enough. A tapped land. So Michiko's Reign of Truth is going to happen again. Put it right onto the Kami of Transience. Put all the counters right onto the Kami of Transience. Like, no worries there at all from the opponent. Well, we got to play our land. We know that. Like, Mishra claimed by Gix is the best blocker, but I think that's it, guys. I think that's game. The Brotherhood's End doesn't hit the Kami of Transience. The Touch the Spirit Realm play was actually really good from the opponent. All right. Mishra comes down, and we might as well play the Greedy Freebooter too. As the Michiko Reign of Truth buffs the Kami of Transience, and then they just spam out their hand and give it all the counters from the Visitor too. I am almost 100% certain we are dead this turn, and it would still be a full swing from the opponent as well, so they could still swing with that Visitor. If we, yeah, because we're going to be forced to block, so we won't have the Mishra regardless. Circle of Confinement too, that picks up the Freebooter. More counters onto the Kami, and then full swing. We're going to be taking 6 damage here. GG, man. I'll tell you what, Selesnya Enchantments still just looking so good all the time. Every time we go up against it, we're sweating. Like, I don't think we've ever had an easy match against Selesnya Enchantments. Really showcasing the beautiful power of the list. Guys, 39 minutes. I'm having a ball with this one, dude. Let's go one more. Like, the deck already did the thing for me. It already feels good enough. There's like a few things now that we've like seen the combo and everything. We could probably go down to 3 Mishras, which I believe is what the original suggested list had. I think it only had 3 Mishras, but I really, really wanted to see the combo today. And sometimes when I build a deck around a card, it likes to hide in the deck. And then if we do see it, it dies right away too. So like you always need extra. We'll talk more about that at the end though. The last one here, not dead after all, here to kind of protect the Mishra when it comes time. But it also works really well with a lot of the other cards in here too. Like, there could be some neat things that you end up doing with like Goldhound and stuff. Like we're actually going to get to see our pirates do the thing too. Wow, another Cliffs. So probably treasure all the ramp possible, right? Like we could get 2 through, but meh. Treasure, right? Yeah, yeah. We do have Not Dead After All open with that treasure now. If we want to protect like Breeches. Well, kind of protect, right? Jund. I feel that we are in danger. Gwenna, Jund ramp? I am concerned. Let's see our other combo piece, huh? Bitter Triumph. Okay, that hits the Gwenna nicely, but should we save it for something a little chunkier? Maybe. We go Mishra. Mishra swing, hit for 2. Call treasure on... Okay, hold up. Call treasure on Breeches. Make it so Scrapgorger can't swing. Use our treasures to Bitter Triumph the Gwenna before they ramp. That seems pretty good, actually. That seems pretty good. That's what we're going to do. Because we're swinging with 2 pirates here. We swing. So we get 2 of those activated. So target creature can't block this turn is going to be Scrapgorger. And Treasure Token. And then we go Bitter Triumph. Take the 3 probably since we're not in danger yet. A3. Gwenna. And we don't want to ditch like our second Mishra or anything. This prevents their ramp for next turn. Oh, that could have been protection, honestly. So they're taking a 5 here. Putting the counter on. Okay. Gotta be careful with that Scrapgorger too, because if we put the Dragon Engine in our graveyard, they could easily pick it up with this. So we want to be very careful about that. Fight rigging. Okay, opponent's going for the setup, huh? But we have a really good board state here. They need a creature. Oh, there they go. Okay. Oh, wait. They tapped their Scrapgorger, though. Oh. Oh! Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Dude, nice. But I'm pretty sure we have 11 on the board, so... Yeah. Works for me, man. Target creature can't block. That's you. And treasure token. Totally fine. And that should be 8. It is, in fact, 8. Cool stuff, man. Look at that. Yeah, the deck's totally doing a thing. We got that deck win rate back up to a 60%. Feels good. Everything felt relatively solid about this, huh? Let's go ahead and go over the deck here again. And I might still have the original deck list from the Discord, so I might try to... Well, actually, let me go through the decks here. Let me pause the recording and see if I can find the original. Okay, so I found the original suggested deck list here. So you can see a lot of the similar things. Like one of the changes that I made was less Breeches, less Brotherhood's End as well. I went up that Mishra too, and I traded out that Deadly Cover Up as well. I dropped a couple big scores and opted just for more ramp, right? I went up those Goldhounds and whatnot. Also dropped a little bit of the removal because that's just what I do, huh? I changed up the mana base quite a bit as well. Okay, let's go over it to my list now that we showcased the suggested deck list, which actually, it's very similar, and I think it would perform just as well as what we saw today, so. Okay, guys, here's my version of the list once again. All right, what do we want to say about it, huh? Felt pretty good. Oh, by the way, and you guys can always check that Discord out. Down in the description, we have a link to the Discord, and over there in like the suggested section, you'll also find like all the suggested deck lists and stuff that we play here on the channel. So if you ever want to see like the originals, that's a good place to go and look see, huh? Okay, guys, so a few things. We could probably drop down to 3 Mishras. Like I said, I just really wanted to see the combo. But honestly, dude, if you also want to really see the combo too, then a 4 of is probably good. The big thing here is, yeah, we are trading out cards very consistently. You could technically see more cards off the top with Breeches' bottom ability too. We saw Breeches do the thing with the treasure and the can't block, and those are often going to be what you choose, especially when you're trying to pressure the opponent and put that extra damage through. But the bottom ability here is pretty good too. You exile the top card of your library, then you may play it this turn. So that's one of those things where you want to go ahead and swing on in before you play anything else that turn, unless like there happens to be an order to things that you're doing in your hand as well. And at that point, yeah, if you are doing an order, you're probably just going to ramp with the treasure or something. So I really like the Goldhounds. I think I would keep those at 2. I wouldn't go up to 3. Definitely wouldn't go up to 4. I think that'll start to like... I think that would start to mess with the curve a little bit, because the curve felt really good today, didn't it? It felt like we were seeing things right when we needed to. I think there was only like one game where we kept 2 open mana when we just couldn't play anything else, which, yeah, everything felt decent, huh? What else do I want to say here? With the Dowsing Device, so if we look at this a little bit closer here, it's when it or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, up to 1 target creature you control, so any creature, doesn't have to be an artifact, gets +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Then you transform Dowsing Device if you control 4 or more artifacts, and honestly, transforming it into a land, just acting as more ramp. You guys saw how mana hungry specific turns can actually be, especially when you are trying to get all of your combo pieces into play. So yeah, going into the Geode Grotto here, taps for a red, and then for 2 and a red, you can tap this until end of turn. Target creature gains haste and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Which if you have a whole bunch of treasures on the board, you could totally buff up like a double-striked Phyrexian Dragon Engine and potentially just win the game that way, right? Like give it a huge buff. That doesn't even say it's sorcery. Oh, no, it does. It activate only as a sorcery. That's right. Okay, so they made sure to take the fun out of the card. No, I'm just teasing. It's actually a really sick card, isn't it? I really like it. I'm definitely going to be revisiting Dowsing Device at some point here as like a 4 of in like a dedicated artifact build. And I think Phyrexian Dragon Engine will make the cut in that build as well. So the top end, the burn down the house, not being able to hit those big chunky Kami of Transients, you can totally see why the original deck list opted for just the board wipe that actually hits whatever it needs to hit. You know what I mean? What was the card name? It's a new one, and I haven't played with it too much. So Deadly Cover Up. Okay. So if you don't like the burn down the house, you could totally go up the 2 Deadly Cover Ups. Like I said at the beginning, I went for the burn down the house to get the deck list more leaning towards red, but then also because the devils work really well with that top Mishra ability. So whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life. If you have a turn 4 Mishra into a turn 5 burn down the house, and you get that full swing off and you're draining them by 4 and you're gaining 4, that's a really good line of play. Especially if any of that excess damage gets through too. And in this deck, technically, you could ramp into that a little bit sooner too, right? Turn 3, turn 4 style thing. You have Goldhound and then like Enterprising Scallywag that you're ramping with. I guess that all depends on your turn 3 as well, but still, you guys know what I mean. For the mana base, guys, we had Theater in here for the Surveil because the Surveil, first of all, is just really good. Second of all, it works really well with Scallywag, right? Because you're trying to descend, you're trying to get that treasure every turn to ramp, which Scallywag felt pretty good, especially since we had pirates for the breaches. Just extra pirates, extra ramp, all that, like, all the combos and all the synergies just felt absolutely terrific, huh? Cavern of Souls specifically in here to prevent the counterspells. So you can call pirates because it's majority pirates, but there's going to be moments where you call a Phyrexian to go ahead and get like Phyrexian Dragon Engine down without a counter, but mainly Mishra down without a counter spell, right? So the one of Cavern of Souls, I totally like. I don't know how many the original deck list had, even though we just got done looking at it, but still. A couple Restless Vents because that also helps the descent, but also just like the Restless lands totally do a thing for me all the time. So the total tapped land is only the Theater and the Restless Vents. And then, of course, I didn't opt for any Pain land because Pain land has been hurting, and it's been hurting really bad. Like, everything does so much damage to my face all the time. Even the control decks, man, I'm sweating sometimes. So it's like, it's like, It really depends on the deck for me when I add the Pain lands, only if the speed is absolutely necessary. But in this one, the Blackcleave Cliffs totally works fine, paired with the Haunted Ridge, and there's going to be so many moments where you get past that 3 and you still just don't mind playing Blackcleave Cliffs out tapped either, so especially since you're ramping as well. So overall, the mana base felt pretty good. The Abandoned Mire really came in handy. Do we actually want 2 of these? Probably not. The 25 land felt pretty good too. Everything, yeah. Sound like a broken record at this point, but it just felt pretty good. Even in the losses, we kind of felt like there was a small chance. So, oh, Krenko's Buzzcrusher. We didn't get to see today, but there's going to be a lot of lands that we just don't mind popping, okay? So, like, Buzzcrusher, pick up one of the opponent's Restless lands, for example. We still see a lot of Mishra's Foundry floating about in mono red, too. And there's going to be really cool moments, too, where maybe you have that one of Dowsing Device on the board and you can give that haste to the Buzzcrusher and swing in the air for the victory. Because as we showcased, we totally know how to pack the damage through. I still like the 2 of big scores, but I could also see dropping this down to 1 big score and just going up more early removal as well. And I would have liked to see that Not Dead After All do a thing in that last game, but we were just putting on way too much pressure for it to actually matter. And the opponent ended up not removing anything, right? I don't think they ended up removing anything there, honestly. Okay, guys. Hey, enough rambling. If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. Make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link that I mentioned, but we also have that Patreon link too if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. As far as like suggestions go and everything, we always prioritize patron suggestions over every other suggestion. Although I do my dandiest to go through all the different suggestions. Some of them do get lost between the cracks. So like I said, do my dandiest, but that's one of the main reasons to check out that Patreon as well. Okie dokies, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.